Summer brain drain is a regression in skills that happens to kids over the summer and is very common but is not irreversible. Some believe that a different school calendar can be implemented to fix the decline in comprehension after summer vacations, but we believe the problem can be addressed with just reading comprehension programs implemented by parents and teachers over their extended break. When summer relaxation is over and school is back in session, many students may find that they have fallen behind. The summer slide, which sounds like a playful park attraction, is actually a term to describe the children's reading skills that slipped away between grades over summer vacations. Early childhood educators often notice a drop-off of reading skills and math competencies at the beginning of school years after extended summer breaks. Summer brain drain is a regression in skills that happen over the summer and is very common in elementary students. 2/3 of the academic achievement gap is reading and language found among high school students that have explained over the learning loss that occurs during the summer months of the primary school years.
Honestly, yeah, I believe there is a little bit of a lack of parental involvement. Most parents don't really seem to find too much out till, they're going in for meetings, if they even go to those parent-teacher conferences or anything like that. And I feel they could be a little bit more involved in what's going on in the classroom, and I feel like it'd be a good thing.
Okay. Parents can offer help by taking their children to educational workshops or field trips. Many museums are free and are accessible to parents with lower incomes. These self-instituted summer programs that take this approach reflect positive outcomes, higher school year attendance and achievement, and perhaps most importantly, an increased motivation to learn. In the 4th grade at Grace Mount Elementary School, I was offered opportunity as a gifted and talented student to have a field day of sorts during the summer that was offered, to where you got a chance to meet your teachers for the following year. Offered ice cream, root beer floats, snow cones. The only thing that I would have offered or amended to the overall day was that if children that were not just gifted and talented, or those that were listed as advanced, got an opportunity to actually meet their teachers. However, we have an idea. We believe that over the summer, schools can enact a possibility of having a carnival type setting to where children will be invited, their parents also, maybe 2 times out of the month, to where the vendors and operators of the different rides will be operated by teachers and different volunteers in the community. These would help with the physical environment of the classroom, as far as it would be very close to neighborhood schools, mostly open lots that have been abandoned. For instance, Grace Mount Elementary, where it used to stand, is right now just a plain field. This would be a feasible place for perhaps the Lee Harvard community. As far as curriculum, children will be offered incentives or future tickets at later events for doing homework packets that would deal with math and literacy. As far as assessment strategies, children on completion of worksheet and packets would then have the ability to have tokens or tickets at later events. We believe also that this can become self-sufficient over time, because vendors would happily agree to join and contribute their sources because they will be making income.
I would want him to be able to interact with the teachers before the semester starts, because it'll open the doors for him to realize, get to understand who his teachers is, the actual, coursework that they'll be teaching him, and it helps him to know whether or not he'll be comfortable with sitting in the classroom with the teacher and continue the class.
And would you be willing to?
Would I be willing to take out 2 weekends or 3 weekends in a month to take him to the learning carnival? Yes, because it opens his mind to new things, new materials, new faces, new people.
Honestly, I think it'd be a fantastic idea to throw something for a couple weekends out of the summer for kids, especially with the brain drain over the summer. I feel like it could be a really enriching experience and something different that I feel would be a very positive outlook for kids through the course of summer, to keep them engaged in a fun, new environment. And it would get the teachers involved, the parents involved, and the students involved. Everyone would be on the same page, be having a good time. They'd be learning, which is a definite plus, and everyone would be more involved. So I only see it as a positive in every aspect there could be.
having the carnival to meet with the teachers, that's a great idea because it starts the whole idea of community. I think it's something that's been taken out of schools, and I think it's something that needs to be revisited and implemented back into the schools because the schools are part of the community, and it only makes sense to start building community right there in the classroom.
I mean, honestly, my opinion, I think that student-teacher meetings in the summer would be positive.
With regards to the DAP, this objective would be individually appropriate because it would target specific children and as far as helping them with their teaching and care as an individual. It'll also help with the children's play because during the summer, not only do the teachers and parents need a break, but also the students. So it doesn't hinder them as far as making the summertime boring, but it addresses the child's interests, abilities, and developmental progress. It also addresses what is culturally important by having the events be local and in neighborhood schools, so parents and children both don't have to travel far. Also, through the framework of this project or idea, it allows the teachers to create a caring community for learners. Therefore, the students actually get to meet their teachers before the following school year, and they have a chance to build a rapport at an earlier time. It also has with the idea of planning curriculum to achieve important goals as far as testing standards throughout the school year, because children are allowed to review subjects or different math and literacy concepts during the summertime, so they also are more adjusted throughout the school year. And it also establishes a reciprocal relationship with families, because therefore with the parents and teachers both present at these events, there builds a relationship.
Well, actually, yes, because I just want my teachers to be there. Like, they're like my experience and all that stuff. I'm good. I need some education anyway. I need to get my brain working. That's what my principal says.
I think that that's a terrific idea because what it does is it brings in the idea of education and having fun at the same time. And I think it's too often is the case that education is seen as hard work, and it is, and should be, but work can be fun. So this notion of play and fun and work and learning all rolled into one is a beautiful thing. And it's also a way for the student and the parent and the teacher to come together as well in terms of a sense of community. So actually using the space of the community, this notion of the outside versus the inside, to establish a relationship between those three entities, which will ultimately result in, I think, a richer experience for the student, which is what we're aiming for.
This therefore helps provide goals that certain literacy and math rates are reached, and also the goals of our innovative ideas that eventually this idea can be accepted by the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, which is a district that deals with a lot of impoverished youth and families, and therefore can be used as a sufficient way to clear barriers between the parent and teacher relationship, and also